Here's your wrestling news for November 23rd, 2022. And we're kicking off today with NXT, as for weeks, the mysterious person known only as Scrypts has been leaving messages at the Performance Center, vowing that he would soon be coming to the white and gold brand. Last night, Scrypts finally made his in-ring debut, defeating a local enhancement talent, but fans may already know who is under the mask. Scrypts showed off plenty of high-flying offense in the match, and many have reached the conclusion that he is none other than Reggie, the former Cirque du Soleil star turned WWE superstar. Reggie certainly amazed fans with his aerial athletics during his run on the main roster, which saw him become a four-time WWE 24/7 champion. On social media, Scrypts' debut got a somewhat mixed response, with some finding the costume hilarious, while others argued that this could get over if fans gave it a chance. All we know is that Scrypts is here in WWE NXT, but what did you think of his in-ring debut this week? Let us know in the comments. Reggie is now a part of NXT as the mysterious Scrypts, but he wasn't the only surprise appearance on last night's show. In the main event, North American champion Wes Lee was able to retain against a very game Carmelo Hayes, but his victory was short-lived. After the match, Lee was attacked by Dijak, who planted the North American champion into the mat, and fans may recognize Dijak from his time as Dominik Dijakovic. Dijak's return to NXT was teased with a vignette at Halloween Havoc and a series of vignettes in the following weeks in which the superstar can be seen burning his retribution mask and talking about a new order of high justice. Dijakovic had been a popular name in NXT before his main roster call-up in 2020, which saw him play the role of T-Bar in the universally panned Retribution stable. Now Dijak is getting a second chance in WWE, and it's clear that he has his sights set on Wes Lee and the North American Championship. When CM Punk debuted for AEW, it wasn't long after that Colt Cabana disappeared from TV, with many believing that the real-life issues between the two played a factor. On the Full Gear post-show media scrum, Tony Khan refuted the idea that Punk pressured him to pull Cabana from TV, a claim that has also been denied by the two-time former AEW World Champion. Both men may be adamant that this is the case, but AEW's roster isn't convinced, as Dave Meltzer explained on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio. There's skepticism among AEW's roster, and it's vehement from a lot of people. Even today, I just got something that was just like, can't you just see? Isn't it obvious? It's not like they're speculating. They believe that they know the story. That's basically that. I'm sure that one will never go away. It's been reported that Cabana's recent return to AEW TV, in which he challenged Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho, has only made things worse between AEW and Punk, and it now looks impossible that he'll stay with the company. CM Punk was once AEW's biggest star, but now the company wants nothing to do with him, and despite the claims that both he and Tony Khan have been saying, the roster aren't buying a word of it. One name fans can see on AEW programming each week is MJF, who just won his first AEW World Championship at Full Gear. Defeating Jon Moxley in the main event, the Devil has reached the top of his company and has now turned his attention to one star from UFC. On social media, MJF had some verbal sparring with UFC's Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, who encouraged MJF to contact Tony Khan and make a fight between the two happen. While Pimblett may have the advantage in the octagon, MJF wasn't worried, saying that Paddy's dollar store Conor McGregor talking, Will from Stranger Things looking ass would not last 2 seconds in the squared circle. Born near Liverpool, England, Pimblett has made a name for himself in the UFC, but with AEW coming to the UK next year, perhaps this match could indeed happen when the time is right. This Saturday, WWE will host their annual Survivor Series event, which for the first time ever will focus on Wargames. Survivor Series has been home to some of wrestling's biggest stars over the decade, and now The Undertaker will be at the show. PW Insider reports that the Phenom and his wife Michelle McCool are expected to be backstage at the event, but there's no confirmation on if they'll appear on TV as well. The report added that PW Insider has not heard anything about whether Naomi, Charlotte Flair, or Sasha Banks will be at the show, as Team Bianca is still missing one member for the Wargames team. As for The Undertaker, it was at Survivor Series 32 years ago that the Phenom made his debut for WWE, and the Hall of Famer will soon be back at a WWE arena. More from Survivor Series now, as we mentioned that The Undertaker and Michelle McCool will be at the show, but they're not the only big names coming to Boston. In another report from PW Insider, it's reported that Maryse is also slated to be in the city this weekend for Survivor Series, but it's not confirmed whether she'll be on the show. Maryse is, of course, the wife of The Miz, and the report stated that it's possible she could be filming for future episodes of Miz and Mrs. The two-time WWE Grand Slam winner has been engaged in a feud with Dexter Lumis in recent weeks, but a match between the two has not been booked for Survivor Series Wargames. Maryse's last appearance for WWE was on the October 10th, 2022 Raw, in which her birthday bash for her husband was crashed by Lumis, and we are curious if payback is in store this Saturday. On this week's Raw, Mia Yim was officially renamed Michin, a Korean term for crazy, which has divided fans. Some have seen this as another example of WWE forcing a name change for a star who is already established, while others have argued that this is a name change Yim wanted in the first place. Whatever the case may be, Yim's name was changed to Michin, but it doesn't look like that'll be the case for much longer. On WWE.com, Yim's profile was changed to reflect her new name, but over the past 24 hours, her profile has been changed again from Michin back to Mia Yim. We won't know for sure if the name change has been fully reverted until next week's episode of Monday Night Raw, but her days as Michin may have already ended. Earlier this month, Braun Strowman got in hot water over comments about indie wrestling and the flippy-floppy stars fans often see on the shows. In an effort to annoy fans, Strowman also claimed to be the greatest big man in wrestling, but now a fellow superstar has taken issue with that claim. Speaking on After the Bell, Baron Corbin shared his 2 cents on Strowman's comment and thinks that the monster among men is trying to overcompensate. If you're gonna go out and tweet, "I'm the greatest big man this business has ever seen," if you're saying it and you're the one that's having to put the title, nobody else is saying it around you, then you're full of crap. Strowman's Twitter activity has reportedly earned him considerable heat backstage, with many questioning if he's actually serious about his second chance in WWE, and the former Universal Champion could learn from thinking before he tweets. And we're ending today with Seth Rollins, who this year has slowly and subtly transitioned into a babyface role. With Roman Reigns missing on Raw, Seth Rollins has taken the mantle as the biggest full-time star on the Red brand, but his promo this week had fans confused. Speaking to Corey Graves on Raw, Rollins advised his Survivor Series opponents to see what Cody Rhodes is doing right now, referencing the American Nightmare, who was written off TV with an attack by Rollins in the post-Hell in a Cell Raw. Given Seth's subtle face turn as of late, fans speculated why the line was used, and on Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez confirmed that Rollins is still listed as a babyface despite his dig at Cody. If so, then this makes the line even more confusing, as WWE has no plans to turn Rollins fully heel again, but what we got was an odd night for the US Champion. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.